on top of a mountain, swords slicing through the sky, her trusty beast beneath her, and the chanting crowds screaming her name before they go into battle. That is how I see Lisa Orban in my head. She is a general in an all-and-out war for indie authors. This was not a calling for Lisa, but it gradually became her mantle after many small skirmishes on her journey as an indie author. Lisa learned the lesson that too many indie authors learn. There are far too many unscrupulous leeches out there sucking on the dreams of indie authors, and too few places for an author to turn to when it happens. Everywhere she looked, she could find stories of other indie authors being taken advantage of by someone in the publishing world. From cover artist to publicist and beyond, there were very few safe places for indie authors. She realized that much of the stigma surrounding indie authors was not from their lack of effort, but from the predatory practices of those involved in formalizing the final content of the book once it was placed in their care. She didn't take this lying down. In 2018, she opened Indies United after sharing her idea of united indie authors under one banner so they could have more power with others. And after getting positive responses back from everyone, she decided to take the plunge. After all, one complaining author to a book distributor is just that. One person. But 20, 200, 2,000 or more authors is the beginning of a cry the behemoth corporation just might be able to hear.
Hello, my name is Lisa Orban, and I am an indie author, and I am also the founder of Indies United Publishing House. In 2015, I published my first book, It'll Feel Better When It Quits Hurting. I had not initially intended on being an indie author. I wanted to do like everyone else does and go the traditional route. Unfortunately, after dozens of very, very nicely worded rejection letters, many of them saying things like they truly enjoyed my book, everyone in the office truly enjoyed it, was wonderfully written, it was very moving, it was blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it ended, all the letters ended with, but unfortunately at this time. So, when it comes to publishing, most houses, it's about how much they can get from an author. It's about what's trending currently, and apparently at that time, memoirs were not trending. So I looked at my book, and I had gotten, honestly, even these amazing reviews from these publishing houses, and realized I had two choices. I could put it up on a shelf, or I could release my book. And I chose to release my book on my own. I, this week, ordered a complete set of all of my books, something I have never done before. I do have my first two, but it came in the mail today. So I am going to share with you me opening up all of my books. All 8 books. All right, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Oh, wait. Okay. Ah! Oh, man, they pack these things, don't they? I can do this. I can get into my own book. And here they are. All right, I have got If I Were Dictator, my coloring books. And my cookbook. In addition to I'd Rather Start, It'll Feel Better When It Quits Hurting, and Wine Comes in 6 Packs. I now have all of my books, all of them. Look at this, all of my books, all of them. I'm just gonna keep that. Okay, so this is me with all of my books. And I have to tell you, the learning curve to become an indie author is just incredible. I'm still learning things to this day, even as the owner of a publishing house myself. Trends change, things change, options change. It is this constantly moving, shifting, adapting, morphing, uh, you know, field that you have to constantly keep on top of things and learn new things. So it's not something that you can learn once and then sit back and go, oh, it'll always be that way, because it won't.
You do not cut. Everybody out except the two ambassadors and Lisa. Do you want 3 people in with you?
No, I'll just have these guys.
Just okay. Thank you. I like that.
Okay, 1, 2, don't cut again.
Don't. Do not.
Can I pretend?
No, not yet. Yeah, pretend, but you might get a little carried away. You already told me I can't control you in so many words. 1, 2, do not cut. 1, 2, do not cut. 1, 2, cut.
So the reason I opened my publishing house, when I published my second book, I wanted to do, again, everything right. And part of that was to get a proofreader, an editor, to come in and edit my book after I finished writing it. I found a small company that had excellent reviews. There was no black marks against them on the BBB report, Better Business Bureau. And so, and they were reasonably priced, and I'm like, okay, I chose them. I did everything. I did my due diligence, sent my manuscript off after, doing a contract with them and everything. They returned my book like 2 months late, and I had set it up for pre-order, so it came in just before the deadline. So I just threw it in there thinking it has to be, edited. I was wrong. Turns out they had done nothing, not a single thing. They had not, literally nothing. After I had gotten it uploaded and, ready to go, I started kind of going through it just to make some last minute checks for myself. And it turned out that nothing had been done. So I contacted the company thinking, oh man, maybe they accidentally sent me the proof copy, not the final copy, but the original proof I had sent to them. And they're like, oh no, you're such an amazing writer that we didn't need to change anything at all. And I thought, no, I've met myself. I'm dyslexic. I know I make mistakes. My favorite one is, instead of spelling definitely, I end up spelling defiantly for some reason. I don't know why. It's one of the little quirks I have. So anyway, it was just a moment of just pure panic and anger, and I was mad and frustrated. I was frustrated for a very long time over that, as I madly scrambled to try and get this book edited. And it's still, even though it's published, it is kind of still a work in progress, sadly, I must say.
I swear to God, I have spent every waking moment on this book since the first week of February. My house is a mess. My daughter hates me. I'm in a bad mood. Everyone's walking around very, very carefully, tiptoeing around me, all because somebody I hired didn't do their job. So anyway, guys, I have done everything I can, and I hope that you will forgive me if there are any mistakes that I happen to miss. And please know that I have done everything I can to ensure that this book is grammatically correct, with the correct spelling and punctuation and commas. Commas get me. I have read the book out loud, and I have put commas in where I would naturally pause. So just go with it, guys, all right?
So anyway, I'm not the only indie author that has experienced this, unfortunately. These are horror stories that go throughout our entire community all the time, of cover artists that, give you low quality work, editors that don't edit, vanity publishers that constantly try to take advantage of authors by asking for these huge amounts of money and giving very little in return, and locking you into contracts that you can't get out of. And I got mad. Straight up, I got mad. And if someone ever tells you that, getting mad doesn't solve anything, tell them they're wrong. Because me getting mad, I opened a publishing company, and it's not just for me. We have many fine authors with us right now, and more coming in. And so, and the bigger we get, the more we bring in. And I am giving these authors a home, not just a house in which to publish their books under, but a home, a community. We are a co-op. We are more of a hybrid, and we don't take any of our authors' royalties. We don't take control of the content of their books. Their books always remained, the rights remain with the author, because I wanted to give all indie authors a safe haven in which they could publish their books and gain legitimacy. So this has been an amazing journey, and I have met so many wonderful people. And our website is open to everyone, not just our authors, but our readers, and even other authors can come in and use our services, even if they're not a part of our community. But this is something, I am probably something of a, not the norm, I guess I should say, for publishing, which is my authors actually like me. Most authors really don't like their publishing companies. They acknowledge that, they give them money and they have done these things, but honestly, there's not a lot of love there, because in a publishing house, their goal is not to help the author. Their goal is to make money using the author. So the contracts they give are basically the least amount that they can get away with without making an author scream bloody murder. So my authors actually like me, and they say so frequently, and tell others about us. So it's a really nice feeling to know that I am making this difference in the world. I'm making this difference for this group of people. And so I am very humbled, happy, ecstatic about how this is going along. And I think as we get bigger, as we grow, we're going to become a force to be reckoned with.
Hi everyone. Hi from sunny, chilly Florida. It's been a little colder this time around than it was last time. I'm just kind of sad. I've got a cold now, so go me. And so it's been interesting. It's been nice to get away. It's definitely nice to get away from the snow that was up in Illinois, and I do kind of wish I was able to take more of a vacation. But as an indie author, and every indie author out there knows, we never truly actually get a vacation. It's always a working vacation.
So one of the great things about owning my own company and, this publishing house and being an indie author is travel. I love to travel. I actually get invitations from people all the time to come and visit them after they've read my books, predominantly my memoirs. I write in such a personal way that a lot of people feel that at the end of the book that we're friends. So I get these invitations, and on occasion, I take someone up on their offer. This last summer, July, I went up to Canada above the 55th parallel, and I spent a week with an Inuit tribe that invited me to come up and meet with them.
Hi from Canada. Okay, first thing you should know is it is like 10 o'clock at night, and it won't get full dark here until about 11 or so. And the bugs, I'm here to tell you, the mosquito is the national bird. I am not kidding. I did see a bald eagle today, though. Anyway, I've seen a couple of moose, which was very cool. We have not seen a bear. Don't really want to see a bear right now while I'm doing this, if you really want to know the truth. It has been probably the most adventurous thing I have ever done in my entire life, was coming where I am right now. Because I'm not just north. I am north. Okay, and starting at the border, this is what happened. Okay, I told them where we were going, and they went, "Going where?" And they said, "You're going to what?" By yourselves? Just me and my friend Renee, my companion in trouble, Renee, are up here, and it is. They asked us, "Have you ever driven on a gravel road?" Well, of course I've driven on a gravel road. I live in the Midwest. I've driven on a gravel road. Oh, no, 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 sweetheart. That is not what they're talking about here. They're not talking about 10, 15, 2 miles of gravel road. They are talking miles, like hundreds of miles of, and it's not even gravel. It's actually granite that they have done things with. And getting up here, I realized there were things I should have Googled. All right. Street signs would have been good. I did not know what a porcupine and a rave meant, which, by the way, meant falling rocks. I did not know why the road needed a crown, and it turned out bumps. It was something. It has been amazing. The people up here are amazing. They have brought us into the community. They have welcomed us like I have never been welcomed before. We have done things, gone places, seen things that are just incredible. And I am grateful for every moment we have been up here. And I am very, very sorry that we're leaving tomorrow.
And it was amazing. So, I get a lot by becoming an author. I have actually experienced things that I never would have had a chance to do before, such as going to Canada and spending a week with these wonderful people. It was just incredible. And then just 2 months after that, I was again above the 55th parallel. 2 months later, I was down on the southernmost point of the United States, only, was it 90 miles from Cuba, so down in the Keys. I travel a lot.
Hello, we have made it to southeast South. Cuba is 90 miles that way. So here we are at the end of the world. So we're gonna have fun. Bye. See what happens when you say yes.
And so again, a perk is going to book festivals, which I just attended. One in April, to go to the book festival down in Denton, Texas.
Okay, everyone, I'm on my way to Texas. Wish me luck.
Which was amazing. There will be more festivals coming up that I will be going to and bringing my authors to, and having just a really good time.
It's one of my authors. It's one of mine.
Okay. So, I really can't express how life-changing becoming an author has been, because it really has been. I don't think that I'm ever going to become rich being an author, but the experience of it has just been amazing. The people that I have met that I never would have met before, the correspondence I have gotten, the lives that I have changed, and I know this because they have written to me and told me so. So to know that there are people out there that I have literally changed their lives that I've never even met because of something that I have written is, it's something really special. So I don't think I will ever regret becoming an indie author. There are times where I'm going to tear my hair out. There's going to be times that I'm questioning my sanity. There's going to be times where I'm not sure that this was the sanest thing I've ever done in my life, but there will never be regret. How could there be when I have traveled all over the United States and met with people because of it? So yeah, it's been great. I just really incredible.
And but it's the life of an indie author. Always working, always interviewing, always. It happens.
I'm really excited to see what the future holds, not only for me, but for my company, for my publishing house. It's been, I just can't even describe it. This isn't something I could have done, 5, 10 years ago when, I was raising my kids. I had 5. And they kept me busy and occupied, with school and activities and homework and band practice and after school activities and, all the things that come with having children. But now my children are grown and gone, and I have grandchildren, and I have the time to really dedicate myself to, my writing, my authors, my publishing company, and in a way that wouldn't have been possible several years ago. So, I'm on this grand new adventure, and I'm just excited about the whole thing. So I don't know where it's going to take me, where it's going to end up, but I'm pretty sure it's going to involve a lot of travel, meeting new people, new experiences, and I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, that's my story, and I hope it. You might check us out at indiesunited.net online and meet some of the incredible authors, read some of the incredible authors we have. So thank you.